Hey everyone, today I'm going to be talking about some of my favorite books of all time. If you clicked on this video, then you are like me, you love to read. I personally have loved reading ever since I was a little girl, and I still love reading, so I'm going to be sharing with you my thoughts and opinions on a few books that I chose to talk to you about today. The first book is one of many in a series. It is The Princess Diaries. This is the first edition of The Princess Diaries. This is the very first novel in the series. I actually have 2 copies of the first book because I love it that much. This is only one of my copies. I absolutely love this book series with all my heart. It is definitely my favorite book series of all time. It is the best in my opinion. I started reading these books in middle school. I still love them, and I own every single book in this series. If you are a Disney fan like I am, you are probably familiar with The Princess Diaries. However, you are probably familiar with the films because there is a Princess Diaries 1 and a Princess Diaries 2 based off this book series by Meg Cabot. I love both of the Princess Diaries films. I think that they are fantastic movies. I also do love the book series too. I love the book series and I love the movies for different reasons. The novels came before the movie. They were written way before the movies ever went into production. The movies are based loosely off the novels, however there are some drastic changes when you are reading the novel and when you are watching the movie. You can tell that the book is pretty different than the movie. The first book essentially follows the same storyline as the first Princess Diaries movie does. Mia, who is the main character in the book and also in the movies, finds out that she is a princess and she's very young. She doesn't want to be a princess. She thinks that it's way too much responsibility for her. She wants to be a normal high school student. However, she is in for a big surprise when her grandmother tells her that she is in fact a princess of a small country. In the novels, they make the grandmother way meaner than they do in the movies. In the movies, Julie Andrews does a wonderful job, of course, of portraying Clarice Rinaldi, who is Mia's grandmother. However, her version of the grandmother character is a lot softer, she's a lot more warm, she's nice to Mia, she tries to help Mia. In the book series, the grandmother character is a lot more cold. She's not very Julie Andrews-like. She's not like Julie Andrews at all, actually, in the books. There are overlapping qualities of the books and the movies. Essentially, Mia still has princess lessons that she has to take with her grandmother. She still has a crush on Michael, Lily's older brother, and she's just trying to find her way in the world as a teenager who's now on the verge of becoming a princess. If you enjoy the movies as much as I do, then I think that you will like the books if you go into it with an open mind. I think that you should read the books definitely because the series is absolutely amazing. The first book in the series is definitely my favorite. I've read it so many times. The other books in the series are amazing as well. I feel like all the characters are really intriguing. All the storylines are really entertaining. I just love the series with all my heart and I highly recommend it. 10 out of 10 would recommend to you. The next book series that I'm going to be talking about has also been made into a few movies as well. It is The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. I first read these books in middle school. I adore them. They are definitely considered to be one of my favorite book series of all time. Again, the books are a lot different than the movies, but if you love the movies, then I would try out the books as well. Again, go into it with an open mind, kind of forget what you know about the movies and the characters, and go into this with fresh reading eyes. Similar to the Princess Diaries series, I own every book in this series. However, there are only 4 books in this series. There are 4 main characters who are all girls, so I guess each book represents each girl. That's what I think, at least. I should mention that these novels are by Anne Brochers. I don't know if that's how to pronounce her name. I'm probably butchering it, but there it is on the front cover. The first book is kind of similar to the first film. There are 4 girls, they're best friends. They couldn't be any more different than they already are. They're extremely different from one another. I feel like the girls in this book really embrace who they are. They embrace their differences. They encourage uniqueness, and I love that. Essentially, the story is, if you don't already know, that the 4 best friends find a magical pair of pants that happen to fit all of them perfectly. However, they are so different in size that the only explanation for why these pants fit has to be magic. They spend their first summer apart. They've never spent a summer apart until this summer, and they share the pants equally among them. They send them to each other, and they document their summers on the pants at the end of the novel. They draw little pictures, they write little sayings pertaining to what happened to them over the summer. That's how they decorate the pants. I absolutely love this book. I highly recommend this one and the 3 others. I think that this is a fantastic novel and you should read it. My last book recommendation is something I don't physically have with me. I don't own the book, but the book's title is Anna and the French Kiss. It's by Stephanie Perkins. I don't own it, but I have read it before. I took it out from my local library. That's why I don't have it to show you. I've already returned it. Other novels that I've shown you, I've read dozens of times. I'm always rereading those novels. Although the book called Anna and the French Kiss I've only read once, I still really love it. I adore the story. I thought it was a really compelling and interesting story. Basically, the summary of the book is Anna is going away to boarding school in France. She doesn't want to go at first. She doesn't want to leave her friends and family behind. When she gets to school, she makes all these new friends in Paris, and she goes on these great adventures. She meets this Parisian boy. I thought the book was incredible. There are other books in the series, I believe. I think there's 2 or 3 others. I can't comment on those because I haven't read them yet. I will, though. I am making it my mission to read those books. I really want to read more books from the author of Stephanie Perkins. I really enjoy her writing style. I loved Anna and the French Kiss, so I think I'll love the other books in the series as well. I thought that the writing style of Stephanie Perkins' book that I read was similar to actually Meg Cabot's writing style, who wrote the Princess Diaries series. So if you like the Princess Diaries series, I'm thinking you're gonna like the Anna and the French Kiss book. Those are all my book recommendations for you. I know there weren't that many, but this is the first video that I've ever dedicated solely to talking about books. I thought I went through too many recommendations for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.